This is a simple landscape photography review of the Nikon 24-200 f4 to f6.3 lens. Part 1 of my review of this lens covered its ergonomics and handling, while showcasing what it can do with wildlife photography. You can see a link to this video right here. This time for part 2, I'm using it for landscape photography. I originally bought this lens to use while kayaking because I wanted something small and lightweight and compact to use with my Nikon Z50. It's been perfect for that, letting me get some really great landscape shots while out on open water. It's not the fastest of lenses, and it's considered a kit lens after all, but it's enough for landscape photography. It does give you really great quality though, for what it is. Using this lens the past couple of months, I've found it really perfect for travel, such as on long hikes or tucked away on a kayak. Take a look at some of these images I've captured while out on the water. Kayaking with a lens like this allows you great opportunities to be in locations few people get to see. Since I've used this lens the majority of the time out on the water, I wanted to get my feet back on dry land and use it to capture some waterfalls. Unfortunately, or fortunately, for the past week, the east coast of Australia has been hammered with torrential rain. This meant flash floods, blowing over trees, and lots of rain. And that's a good thing. It's very common to find no running water in some Australian rainforest waterfalls, due to it being one of the driest continents on Earth. But after this deluge, the creeks, the rivers and waterfalls were roaring. So this is what I wanted. I wanted to test this lens out, but I also wanted a nice waterfall image to print and hang up on a wall in my house. So a week after these storms, I arrived at a quite damp Lamington National Park. The sun was out, but the ground was still pretty soggy. Working my way through the many trails surrounded by old world tree forests, I found roaring waterfall after waterfall. The deeper I got into the mountains, the trickier the terrain and locations became, but wherever I was or whatever I was shooting, the 24-200 handled it really well. As I continued on, the creeks and trails were getting a lot harder to navigate. In some places it was just impossible to cross such fast running water. So I thought I'd call it early and turn back. I'm not going to risk my life for a wall print or YouTube views, to be honest. I was happy with the images I got, but I'm still after that elusive waterfall image that I want as a wall print. As the day came to a close, I was lucky enough to see one of the famous Lamington National Park sunsets. What is it about mountain sunsets? Just incredible. The next morning was just as good. Here is a moonset. It's almost setting in the same spot the sun did the night before. Getting up early always pays off. Even though I didn't get enough images I wanted while out in the mountains, I think what I was given was enough to showcase the adaptability of this lens, in particular the sharpness and the overall image quality. This means that this lens has earned its place in my camera bag, even when I'm hiking, camping, or even traveling. It's light and super compact, and tying it with a wide-angle zoom or prime, and I think you've got all bases covered for landscape photography. The Nikon 24-200 f4 to f6.3 is not a perfect lens, but it's also one that should not be slept on. For me, it's probably the best all-round Z-mount lens I own, and so I feel comfortable taking it out in many different environments and treating it kind of rough. This means using it on long hikes or out on open water. The reach, the sharpness, and the price. You can't really go wrong. So why not check it out? You won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Here is part 1 of my review of the Nikon 24-200, and here is a review of the Nikon 24-70 f4. Cheers!